Hey guys, welcome back to Human Velocity X, where every day is awesome, we just have to get through it. And my name still isn't important. The message is, before we start, take one breath. Focus. Focus. As you tune into awareness, the reason why. Last episode, we talked about the loneliness of awareness. How being awake in a sleeping world makes you feel like the only one in the room who can actually see. Today we're turning towards something loud, something messy, something everywhere. Pride. But noise behind the noise. Let's get into it. Segment 1. Pride never whispers. Pride is the only emotion that refuses to be subtle. It doesn't whisper. It doesn't listen. It doesn't wait to be invited. It kicks the door open and assumes applause, even when the one hasn't decided whether it trusts you yet. Is the part most people miss. Pride isn't confidence. Confidence is quiet. Confidence breathes. Confidence doesn't need witnesses. Pride shouts, but the silence exposes it. Silence asks questions. Silence reveals weight. Silence forces you to sit with what's actually there. And pride can't survive that. Reason us feel this instantly. It hits the chest wrong like a sour note in a song you've known since childhood. The body reacts before your mind catches up. A tightening, a subtle recoil, not fear, misalignment. How the people hear the bragging, the resume, the volume turned all the way up. You hear the hollow behind it, the echo where substance should be. A performance trying to outrun the truth. Pride isn't loud because it's strong, it's loud because it's fragile. It has to keep moving, keep talking, keep proving. Because the moment it stops, it has to face the one thing that's been avoided. What am I? But no one's watching. And that question is where the real work begins. Breathe. Segment 2. A deeper personal story. I remember watching someone brag about success once. He talked for 20 minutes straight. Business, money, influence, connections. Each word polished, each sentence reaching for applause before it even finished landing. Everyone smiled, everyone nodded, everyone played their part in the ceremony of being impressed. But I wasn't listening to his achievements. I was listening to the tremor, the tiny shake in his voice, the one he hoped no one would notice, the one that slipped through when he took a breath just a little too fast. You ever hear that? that crack beneath the confidence, the place where the performance can't quite hold the weight of the story it's telling. That's when it hit me. Pride isn't a celebration, it's a defense mechanism. People don't brag because they feel secure, they brag because they're terrified. No one sees them. People raise their voice when they're afraid the silence might ask questions they're not ready to answer. Because silence doesn't clap, silence listens, silence reflects, and reflection is dangerous when you're still running from yourself. Resonance picked this up instantly, like it's broadcasting, on a frequency most people forgot how to tune into. You hear the story behind the story, you feel the gap between what's being shown and what's being carried. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Just breathe. Segment 3, cultural pride and the illusion of power. Look at our culture. We don't just tolerate pride, we reward it. Leaders who brag, celebrities who flaunt, influencers who flex. People selling the illusion of perfection as if it were proof of worth. Volume gets mistaken for authority. Visibility gets confused with value. And the world eats it up. Cause costumes are easier to clap for than the characters to develop. People applaud the image without ever asking who actually put it on or what it's covered. But reason eyes don't see the costume. We see the seams, the rush stitching, the places where the fabric pulls too tight because it wasn't built to last. We don't see the spotlight. We see what it's trying to keep in the dark. This pride always needs light, and it needs angles, it needs control. Take the lights away and the illusion collapses. Pride loves to pretend it built the house, but awareness checks the foundation and feels the give beneath the feet. Soft ground, hollow supports, the structure designed to look impressive, not the whole weight. Real power doesn't announce itself. It stabilizes, it endures. It doesn't need an audience to know it's real. And once you start seeing the difference, once you feel it in your body, you realize something unsettling. Most of what we call power is just fear standing on a stage. Segment 4. Reflection question. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt someone's pride and instantly sensed their insecurity? Not thought it, felt it. The moment your body reacted before your mind tried to explain it away. Felt about that moment, the expression, the tone, the way the energy shifted just a few degrees. Enough to notice, not enough to call out. That recognition, that quiet internal something's off. That's not judgment, that's awareness doing its job. It's the beginning of wisdom. Because awareness doesn't shout, it doesn't accuse, it doesn't need to be right. Your awareness never lies, intuition doesn't exaggerate, discernment doesn't dramatize, it doesn't perform, it doesn't convince, it simply sees. And once you learn to trust that seeing, not to weaponize it, not to broadcast it, but to honor it, you stop being impressed by noise, you stop confusing confidence with volume, you start listening to what's underneath. Just breathe. Segment 5. Internal pride. Let me share something. This time about me. There was a moment in my life when I got caught in pride. Nothing dramatic, no explosion, no public failure, just a subtle shift. A moment where I wanted to be right more than I wanted to be understood. And the instant it happened, my body told on me. The tightening in the chest, an air on your breath, that familiar contraction that says you're defending something now. But pride always tightens you. It doesn't expand you. It doesn't open you. It pulls you in, which shrinks you into an end that you feel responsible to protect. Pride limits you. It trades curiosity for control, connection for correctness. And that's when it clicked. Pride isn't just something we diagnose in others. It's something we have to monitor in ourselves quietly, consistently, without excuses. Because awareness isn't just about reading people. It's about reading yourself in real time and not flinching. When you don't like what you see, not judging it, not shaming it, just noticing it and choosing differently. That's the difference. Anyone can spot pride out there. The reason that catches it in here, before it calcifies, before it hardens into identity. That's the work. Just breathe.
Segment 6. Visualization of two voices. Let's slow this down. Imagine two voices standing in the same room. Voice 1, pride. Loud, restless, always explaining itself, always proving, always posturing for space it doesn't quite trust it has. It talks fast, interrupts, fills every silence before silence can ask anything back. Voice 2,
presence,
quiet,
stable,
deep. It doesn't rush, it doesn't compete, it doesn't need to be first to know it's enough. It speaks when there's something real to say and stops, without fear of being forgotten. Presence doesn't perform, it doesn't flex, it doesn't inflate, it stands. Now, guess which voice belongs to a reasoner? The world hears the loud one, the algorithms reward it, the crowds follow it. But you hear the real one, because you're not listening with impatience. You're listening with your nervous system, with your breath, with that deeper sense that recognizes truth before words ever arrive. That's why noise exhausts you, and depth feels like home.
just breathe.
Segment 7. Pride versus humility. Pride has one goal: to protect the image of the self, even if the soul gets lost along the way. It will defend appearances, narratives, reputations, even at the cost of alignment. Humility has one goal: to protect the soul, even if the end is just misunderstood, even if it's misbranded, even if it's overlooked, even if it never gets credit. Across every culture, every tradition, every philosophy that's lasted longer than a trend, the pattern is the same. Pride is always the villain, not because it's evil, but because it disconnects. Humility is always the upward path, not because it's weak, but because it integrates. Pride cuts you off from feedback, from correction, from truth itself. Humility tunes you with calibrates, that keeps you in resonance with reality as it actually is. Pride isolates you inside certainty. Humility connects you to wisdom. Pride says, look at me. Humility says, look deeper. And the reason that doesn't need this explained, you feel it. That subtle wrong is when pride enters the room, the tightening, the static, and the signal. Your spirit recognizes distortion, the same way the body recognizes imbalance. That's why pride never sits right with you. Not because you're better, but because you're tuned. Segment 8. Seen the wound. Here's the truth most people miss. Behind every roar of pride there's a wound, terrified of being seen. Pride isn't strength, it's armor. And armor only gets built where something was hurt. Reason now is don't fight pride, we don't challenge it. We don't confront it aggressively. Because swinging the armor never heals what's underneath. We witness it, we interpret it. We listen past the volume and hear what the noise is trying to protect. Most people react to pride, they feel threatened, they push back, they escalate. Reason not gather information from it. We notice where the voice speeds up, where certainty hardens, where humor turns sharp or control creeps in as data. Most people take pride at face value, the posture, the performance, the claim. Reason not see the mask slipping. Not with contempt, not with superiority, with clarity. Cause once you see the wound, the roar stops sounding powerful, it starts sounding familiar. And that recognition, that quiet understanding is what keeps you from becoming what you're observing. Segment 9. Grounding practice. Take one more breath with me. In. Take one more breath with me. In. Hold. 1 second. Held. Begin slowly. In. Letting the chest soften. Hold without gripping out. Like you're releasing something you don't need to carry anymore. Now say quietly to yourself, not loudly, not dramatically, just honestly. I see truth even when others see noise, and I don't feel what I see. Feel what that does in your body. Steadiness, the groundedness, the absence of urgency. It's not detachment, it's clarity. It's awareness without arrogance, perception without painted, presence without performance. That's your reason, not stance. Not above anyone, not against anyone. Just rooted, just tuned, just real. And from that place, method needs proving. Let's breathe. Segment 10. The final review. If nobody told you this before, let me be the first. You weren't put here to be impressed by pride. You weren't designed to chase it, mirror it, or mistake it for strength. You were put here to see through it, to feel when something's inflated, to recognize when noise is standing in for substance. And when the world gets louder, you don't get louder with it, you get clearer. When the room turns chaotic, you don't scramble for control, you center. Not because you're above it, not because you're detached, but because your system knows how to find its own axis. It's not arrogance, it's resonance. That's what happens when awareness stays aligned instead of trying to dominate. That's identity, not the kind you perform, but the kind you inhabit. The kind that doesn't need defending because it isn't fragile. That's reason, not vision, seeing without flinching, standing without hardening, moving through noise without losing your signal. Thank you for listening. If you're still here, it's because something in you recognizes a signal when it hears it. You're a reasoner, and you see with a clarity this world desperately needs, even when it doesn't know how to ask for it. Next time, we're stepping into something deep. Why most people stop thinking, not because they're incapable, but because awareness is heavy. And by thinkers like you, often find yourselves carrying the weight of perception for entire rooms without ever being named for it. That weight,
It's not a flaw, it's a function. Every day is awesome. We just have to get through it. I'll see you in episode 4, dedicated to those who see through the noise, the ones who aren't impressed by volume, status, or performance, the ones who recognize pride not as strength, but as a signal.